Have you ever looked at the lines on your palm and felt they were trying to say something? Not just random creases, but a deliberate script. If you've traced a crescent moon under your fingers and a clear letter M across the center, you haven't been imagining things. This is an instruction manual etched into your skin. Today, we decode the message that your own soul has been trying to send you. Throughout history, from the mystics of the East to the seers of ancient Rome, it was believed that our destiny was written on our hands, a direct communication from a higher intelligence. If your palm holds both the crescent moon and the letter M, you're not just special, you are equipped. These marks are more than skin deep. They are the energetic signatures of individuals hardwired for profound intuition, a non-negotiable life purpose, and the power to change environments just by being in them. Whether this is old news to you or a startling new discovery, this moment is a catalyst. It's the point where your purpose actively begins to seek you out. Here's what you need to grasp and what you must do next. You felt it, haven't you? That feeling of being different. You looked at that small lunar curve and that bold M, and you knew they weren't accidents. But maybe you kept it to yourself. Because when you tried to articulate this feeling, others looked at you like you were speaking another language. They called you too sensitive, too intense, too much. But that inner certainty never faded. You're not inventing this. You are not misreading the signs. You're waking up. These are not coincidences. The crescent moon is a symbol of a supercharged spiritual antenna. It's a rare marking, one that denotes an individual who picks up on frequencies that most people can't even perceive. You know when a smile is fake. You get a bad feeling about a place for no logical reason. You've always operated on a slightly different wavelength, more connected to the unseen, the unspoken, the unfelt. And the M, that mark is the stamp of the architect. It's found on the hands of people whose life path is to design new realities, tear down corrupt systems, and build bridges for humanity. People with the M have an incredible reserve of inner resilience, a clarity of judgment, and a core mission, even if it's still coming into focus. This isn't a fairy tale, it's physics. Your spiritual operating system is more advanced. That's why you felt disconnected. That's why a normal life feels like an ill-fitting suit. The world wasn't pushing you away. It was forcing you to look inward. Your gifts are not liabilities. They are tools for your assignment. You're not meant to blend in. You're meant to build. You were born with a blueprint. The moment you accept that, your entire world realigns. There is a quiet intelligence within you, a silent hum of knowing that alerts you before your logical mind can catch up. It's not anxiety, it's not guesswork, it's your intuition. And if your palm bears the crescent moon, that signal is stronger in you. That's not an accident. That's not a personality quirk. That is a direct line to universal truth, installed at birth, meant to guide you through life's illusions. In palmistry, the moon area represents a connection to the subconscious, to the realm of potential, to the dimension where reality is shaped before it becomes solid. You can feel a storm brewing in a quiet room. You can read the truth in someone's eyes, even when their words are lies. You feel a sudden, unexplainable urge to take a different road home, to send a text, to say no to a perfect, on-paper opportunity. That is not random. That is guidance. That is your higher self tapping you on the shoulder. But let's be honest. We've been conditioned to silence that intelligence. Be logical, they tell you. Trust the data. And yet, think of every time you went against your gut feeling and paid the price. The crescent moon on your palm is a permanent reminder your inner knowing isn't just an option. It is your primary navigation tool. When you start treating your intuition like a law of physics rather than a suggestion, you unlock a life of flow, synchronicity, and unwavering purpose. You cease begging the world for answers and start reading the map you were born with. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It is your superpower, a direct feed to the truth. And it is time to turn up the volume. Trace your fingers across your palm now. See it. That unmistakable, Powerful letter M created where your primary lines of life, heart, and head converge. That letter is more than a pattern. It's a marker, a spiritual designation, a reminder etched in flesh that you came here with a job to do. The M is not a common marking. When it appears, it belongs to a soul who is constitutionally incapable of living a shallow life. These are the individuals who need to know why, who have an unquenchable thirst for meaning, truth, and their authentic place in the grand scheme. They were likely the children who asked too many questions, who seemed too serious, who couldn't just follow the rules without understanding the reason. But what the world saw as stubbornness was their destiny knocking on the door. People with the architect's mark, the M, are here to create change. Maybe not on a grand stage with a microphone, but through their very being, through their refusal to accept injustice, their clarity of thought, and the fire in their soul. These are the ones who face personal hurricanes, to learn how to be the calm for others, the ones who get lost in the dark to find a new way to create light, the ones who carry compassion into rooms full of judgment. You aren't designed to follow recipes. You are designed to write them. Your purpose isn't to get approval. It is to shatter illusions and awaken others from their complacency. Your biography is not a series of accidents. It's a training manual. Your pain forged your perspective. Your curiosity built your wisdom. The M is your notification. You are not here to play small. You are here to build a new world, one thought, one action, one authentic choice at a time. This is your work. Begin it now. Your personal energy field is not neutral. It is active, definitive, and profoundly impactful. And if you have both the crescent moon and the M on your palm, that impact is dialed up to a level that can be baffling to others. This is precisely why you've likely experienced such stark contrasts in your relationships. People are either intensely magnetized to you, seeing you as a safe harbor, or they are repelled for reasons they can't articulate. And let me be clear, this is not a judgment on your character. It's a reaction to your frequency. When your vibration is tuned to intuition, the moon, and purpose at the M, you cease to be invisible. You become a walking, talking tuning fork. And a tuning fork does not ask for permission to vibrate. It simply does. And its pure tone either calls other things into harmony with it, or it reveals their dissonance. You've seen it happen. You enter a space and the emotional weather changes. Complete strangers confess their life stories to you. Or, conversely, people you were once close to create sudden, inexplicable distance. It's all an energetic response. Your frequency is potent because it's authentic, and authenticity is a powerful solvent. It dissolves falsehoods, triggers buried emotions, and activates the potential sleeping in others. This is your gift, but it comes with a duty of awareness. You are not meant to dim your light, to make others feel more comfortable in the shade. You are meant to understand that your energy field acts as a mirror, reflecting everyone's own truth and alignment back at them. The moon connects you to the flow. The M gives you the mission to be a force of integrity. Together, your aura becomes a sanctuary, but sanctuaries don't run after people. They simply stand, open and true, radiating peace. So learn to trust both the magnetism and the repulsion. It's not a personal report card. It's an energetic confirmation that your presence has power, your path has protection, and your soul is broadcasting exactly the frequency it was designed to. If you have the crescent moon and the architect's M on your palm, there's a high probability that your hands are not just for doing, they are for healing. You have likely been changing people's inner states for years, calming their anxieties and mending their spirits, often just with your presence, your focus, or a few carefully chosen words. This is not you being imaginative. It's your inheritance, a spiritual capacity coded into your DNA and signed onto your palm. People don't just seek you out for your opinion. They seek you out for your peace. They feel calmer, clearer, and more themselves after interacting with you, even if they can't explain it. Your very compassion is a transmission, a frequency that helps reorder the chaos in others, often with no conscious effort on your part. But with this immense power comes a non-negotiable rule: you must guard your own energy. You must learn to distinguish what is yours to heal from what is not. Many gifted healers burn out, not from a lack of capacity, but from a lack of boundaries. You must understand that you are a conduit, not a container. Your hands were not meant to hold on to the pain of the world. They were meant to channel a restorative current through it. This gift can express itself in infinite ways, through touch, speaking, art, or simple, focused presence. It is time to stop questioning it and start cultivating it. You are a source of energetic renewal, a restorer of balance, a vessel for grace. Denying that truth is a recipe for chronic fatigue and confusion. But when you own it, when you accept that healing isn't a task you perform, but an essence you embody, you step into profound alignment. From that space, you don't just help, you heal. The world doesn't need you to carry its burdens. It needs you to demonstrate how to put them down. Use your gift with wisdom, and it will create ripples of peace you can't even fathom. If you carry the crescent moon on your palm, there is a fundamental part of you that requires silence. Not out of fear or antisocial tendencies, but because your soul receives its most critical data in stillness, not in noise. And that silence is the charging station where your true power is restored. In a world that glorifies hustle, volume, and constant performance, your need for quiet has probably been judged. People may have called you withdrawn or unengaged. But what they misinterpret as retreat is, in fact, recalibration. You're not shutting down, you are powering up. For a soul as finely tuned as yours, the relentless static of the outside world can be jarring, even painful. This is why you feel a biological need to step away, to disconnect, and to find your center in stillness. This is not avoidance, it's essential spiritual hygiene. The crescent moon is the mark of those who absorb the unseen, the moods, the intentions, the emotional residue of others. That sensitivity is a superpower, but without proper management, it leads to overload. In silence, you can finally hear yourself think. In solitude, you can differentiate your energy from everyone else's. Your biggest breakthroughs, your clearest intuitive hits, your most profound creative ideas, they don't arrive when you're busy proving yourself. They are delivered in the quiet moments, when you are simply being. The world might call your silence passive, but it is an act of supreme power. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room. You need to be the truest. When you honor this intrinsic rhythm, you operate from your highest potential. So, the next time you feel that pull to unplug and be alone, honor it as a sacred appointment. Silence is not emptiness. It's the workshop where your soul forges its clarity. Let others have the noise. You were made for the quiet that rearranges worlds. You did not arrive here by chance. You arrived with a purpose. And if the crescent moon and the M are written on your hands, they are the tangible proof of a spiritual agreement your soul made before it even entered this world. You don't have a conscious memory of this contract, but you feel its terms every time your spirit strains toward something more meaningful. Every time you know in your bones that your life is about more than just getting by or accumulating things. These marks are not just anatomy. They are affirmations from a higher dimension. They are the universe's signature confirming you were deployed on a mission that transcends personal comfort. Your soul selected this life, this time, these specific challenges, not as a punishment, but as a training ground. The heartbreaks you've endured weren't mistakes, they were initiations. The people who pushed your buttons weren't your enemies, they were your activators. And the reason you've never quite found your place in the ordinary world is that your agreement was never about fitting in. It was about creating anew. You are here to upgrade frequencies, to be an anchor for a higher truth, to live with such authenticity that you remind others of their own forgotten missions. And if you're honest, you've always known this, that inner restlessness, that unshakable feeling that you're meant for something else. That is the echo of the promise your soul made. I will go, I will help. And now, the signs on your palm are lighting up, bringing that memory online. Every choice you make in alignment with your truth is a fulfillment of that contract. Every moment you spend in self-doubt is a delay. True fulfillment will never come from chasing what the world applauds. It will come from remembering who you are and why you came. You are not off track. You are simply being activated for the next phase of your mission. The markings on your palm don't just predict a future. They reflect the present reality of who you are. Once you begin to live in harmony with this deeper truth, you will witness something astounding. Synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences, will begin to appear like digital breadcrumbs from the universe leading you forward. And if you have the crescent moon and the letter M, this acceleration is often dramatic, even breathtaking, because these markings belong to souls with a heightened attunement, individuals who naturally perceive the signals everyone else filters out. You will start seeing number sequences everywhere, 1111 444, on your phone, on street signs, on receipts. You'll be thinking about a specific problem, and the solution will appear in the lyrics of a song on the radio. You'll wonder about someone from your past, and they will text you out of the blue. These are not glitches in the matrix. They are pings from mission control. They are the universe's feedback shouting, "Yes, you're online. You're on the right track. Full speed ahead." The more you pay attention, the more frequent and personal these signs will become. Not because the external world has changed, but because your internal frequency has. Your perception is sharpening. Your energy is now a vibrational match for the reality you were born to create. And the more you surrender to this flow, the more tangible the invisible becomes. Dreams will carry actionable intelligence. Chance meetings will reveal themselves as crucial appointments. Even obstacles will be seen for what they are, divine detours, protecting you from what isn't meant for you. But here is the critical part. You must stop rationalizing them away. Stop calling them weird or just a coincidence. Start acknowledging them as sacred communication, as invitations to trust more deeply and see more clearly. When you treat your synchronicities with reverence, you become a conscious collaborator with the universe and a magnet for miracles.